Hello, epic viewers from around the multiverse. Prepare to bask in unprecedented glory, because today I'm going to share with you my top tips for how you can eat anywhere on a budget of $0 per day. So how's this possible, you may ask? Without further ado, without further delay, without further procrastination, allow me to demystify the answer to that inquiry right here, right now. First, you can download a plethora of applications. You could download applications from fast food chains and from other restaurants. By downloading these applications, you can obtain redeemable codes in which you can show to cashiers in order to procure free food. So that's one route you can choose. That's one avenue you can undergo in order to obtain free food. You can also go into major retail stores and see if they have free samples. If they're offering free samples, then you could become partially satiated. They're typically doling out free samples for you to take, and by taking those free samples, you can intake some calories. By intaking some calories, then you'll need less calories, and you'll be able to ramp up your weight. So being able to obtain free samples is always ideal. Being able to download applications for redeemable codes that you can utilize to get free food inside restaurants is always ideal as well. So what's another method? What's another tactic? What's another approach you can use to get free food? Well, you could attend events. Events are typically dispensing free food. They usually offer catering, and they have a buffet style section that you can capitalize on, or that you could avail yourself of. That sounded awkward and uncanny and off-kilter and unconventional, but we'll just go with that. So these events, they typically have catering, they typically have free food, and by partaking in the events, you could typically get free food. But you have to search for these events, and when you ascertain the location of these events, just show up. And by showing up, by being a body there, by keeping your vessel there, by role-playing to be interested in the event, you could typically obtain free food. And they usually offer free food to entice you to join. Now, some people are vagrants. They may meander their way into a hotel to obtain a free breakfast. I don't recommend doing that, but that's another way in which people have been able to gain free food. If you're not a guest of the hotel, then you shouldn't be asking for free food, in my opinion, because that food is reserved for the guests. Another strategy, another method you can undertake encompasses seeing if restaurants or grocery stores have any food that's about to expire, that they're about to throw out, and that they could graciously donate to you. They'll likely decline your request, but you may be able to avail yourself of free food through that avenue. So what's another approach to get in food? You could dumpster dive, which I don't recommend, but that's another way to get food. So another approach, which I've seen on Extreme Cheapskates, is to ask people who are on the cusp of finishing their meal to take their leftovers. And of course, you may sound gluttonous, you may sound avaricious, you may sound like a stingy cheapskate, but who cares? At the end of the day, if you're saving money and gaining free food, that's all that matters. So those are some tips. Once again, to review, you could download applications from restaurants, from fast food chains. You can go into major big box retail stores and see if they're doling out samples. You can go into grocery stores, see if they're doling out samples. You could attend events that offer catering, that offer free food to lure people in and to entice people to attend events. You can see if restaurants or grocery stores have any foods that are about to expire that they'll graciously donate to you, that they would otherwise discard if they didn't donate to you. You can see if other customers, you can see if other people who are about to finish their meal will donate their remnants to you. And if you're truly that desperate, I don't recommend doing so. You can dumpster dive, or you could go to a food pantry. So those are ways in which you can essentially eat anywhere for $0 a day. If you're desperate enough, a food pantry should be able to help you. A restaurant may possibly be able to help you. An event may be able to offer free food. They typically offer free catering and I'm sure if you talk to someone who's about to finish their meal, maybe they'll be willing to share part of their meal with you, or maybe they'll be willing to give you the leftovers or the remnants of their meals. So there's no guarantees with any of this, but if you're adamant enough, and if you have a smartphone, especially if you download enough apps, you can obtain coupons, you can obtain redeemable codes, which you can utilize to exchange for food by showing the cashiers at the restaurants that the applications are applicable to. So I hope that you found this video to be insightful and enthralling. Sure, doing this may be time consuming and may be daunting and maybe overwhelming, but it is a way to get free food nonetheless. So it definitely has merit, to say the least. And if you're definitely adamant enough about this, you'll be able to obtain some modicum of free food, even though it may not be enough to sustain you. It is what it is. So I hope that you found this video to be insightful and enthralling. Have a wonderful, marvelous day. Goodbye.